Hello, welcome to Medical Affairs Strategy Hacks. I'm Patrina. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to helping medical affairs professionals improve their strategic thinking skills. I am so excited for today's episode. One, because I have an awesome guest that I'll introduce you to shortly. And two, this is an area that I'm very passionate about. We always talk about on this channel how medical affairs is the strategic powerhouse of their organization. And being a strategic thinker means connecting the dots, planning for the future, and anticipating challenges and opportunities. I think what a lot of folks don't recognize, though, is that strategic thinking isn't something you're just born with. It's something that you have to continually work on. So today's hack is about being more strategic by investing in yourself. And I'm so excited to introduce Tom Caravela from the Carolyn Recruiting Group because one, he's awesome. And two, I don't think I know anybody that is more into personal development than Tom. Tom, thank you so much for being here.
I'm excited. Thank you
Yeah,
for having me.
good. So, what have you seen in terms of how medical affairs professionals invest in themselves and then see benefits in improving their strategic thinking?
I think it's across the board. I know a lot of people that take a lot of time to invest in themselves. They're what I would call continuous learners or lifelong learners, and you could see it. Well, you're one of them. Sarah Snyder on
You're
my
one.
team is another one.
You're one of them.
And I like you can see who takes time to read books, listen to podcasts, go to conferences. Some things are required by the company, like you have to go to certain conferences, obviously. But the personal and career development side of the equation doesn't end at what the company gives you. It really should that should only be one part of it. So the people that I know that make the time to invest in these different things that I just mentioned and that we're going to talk about today, you notice a difference. You know why? They're all top performers.
Mm,
They're all get it done type of people. They're out there, they're totally buttoned up, they're put together, they're visible, they take pride. Not that others don't take pride, but you can literally see the difference in the people that invest in themselves. And I think that for that alone, and if anybody could take anything away from this conversation, it's just to try a little bit more each day to work on yourself in some capacity.
yeah, I love that. How do you have any good examples of how you've seen your own investing in yourself strategies improve your strategic thinking?
Oh, 1,000%. I'll be honest, I'm actually embarrassed that it took me so long
Mm,
to do this. When, my kids are in their 20s now. And when they were little and growing up and life was really super busy because there was work and then there were kids stuff and then you're trying to be a good husband and a good father and a good boss and everything that we had going on here. And I didn't take time to work on myself. I worked out, but I wasn't reading books. I wasn't listening to podcasts. I wasn't really taking time to invest in my own knowledge and my own ability to just stop and reflect and get my thought game going, right? It's this mental priming and preparation and continuous development, not just in your knowledge, but in your mental game. So when I did, so many things changed for me
wow.
to the point where it's like, I mean, I'll give you an example. In March of 2020, I launched my podcast. I didn't launch my podcast without thought, without educating myself and spending time learning what good looks like in a podcast and what the market might want to listen to in a podcast. So that in and of itself is a great example of how spending time myself in listening to podcasts and learning and then saying, okay, well, how can I help others? That's probably one of the biggest changes in my career is launching my podcast.
Yeah. Wow. That's really awesome. I love that. So it's the investment in yourself helps you be more strategic, one, about your career, and two, how you can help others.
1,000%.
Yeah. So Tom and I wrote an article with some practical tips on how you can invest in yourself. We're only going to talk about one here. So you'll have to go to the Medical Affairs Value blog to check out the other two tips. I'll either put the link up here somewhere and I'll put it down below in the description. What we want to focus on now is our favorite way to practice to invest in yourself, which is to have a clear mind and improve your decision making through meditation. So, Tom, let's show them how we meditate.
Let's do it. You ready?
No, just kidding. What we want to talk about is how meditation is a really great way to clear your mind and help you be more strategic, but it doesn't have to look like that. Tom and I both meditate regularly, but it looks very different. So, Tom, tell everybody how you do your meditation and some of your favorite parts.
Yeah, and the word meditation in and of itself, and guys, the reason, like, obviously we planned that. The reason
Clearly,
that Patrina and I did that is
we're
because
not actors.
it's not transcendental meditation. And it's like meditation is kind of a broad term that really can encompass any type of, quiet reflection. And for me, I have this daily routine for literally first thing in the morning. I spend time by myself in thought. And if you've listened to my podcast ever, check out episode number 86 about my daily intention strategy, where I kind of go over my morning routine. And it has changed a lot for me. And it's a combination of practicing gratitude, setting my intentions for the day, combined with prayer and visualization. And there's a breathing aspect to it. I definitely take a lot of deep breaths in the beginning. I try to control my breathing. I try to stay focused. But it's literally, I'm not following any structure. I do follow a structure, but it's not like someone told me you have to do it this way. Otherwise, it's not meditation.
Right.
So what I'm saying, and I think what Patrina is saying, is that you can have your own version of meditation.
Exactly. I think you said it well. It's about sitting with your thoughts and letting your mind settle and be quiet. So, as an example for folks that are listening, what I do for meditation is use an app like Insight Timer or Headspace, and I do it first thing in the morning as well. And I just pick a random meditation on the app and I sit for 20 minutes. I like to do mine laying down while I'm still in bed with my eye mask on. And the benefits that I've seen have been amazing. I noticed that ideas are just popping into my brain. It's like I'm channeling them somehow. And I really attribute that to meditation. A lot of my really great ideas are coming when I'm meditating. So I think, as Tom mentioned, it's not about a transcendental thing. It doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't have to look like Tom's. Figure out what works for you. We really want to encourage that you figure out a way that you can get some quiet time with your thoughts and really clear your mind.
Thousand
Tom,
percent.
Tom,
I,
any
I, I
add-ons?
yeah, and I just think that it's just try it.
Absolutely.
Don't
Yes. Yeah.
overthink this. It's a true, like, you might say, well, Tom, how is that an investment in myself? It's an investment in yourself because it gives you a chance to quiet the noise and to really take control of your thought life in a positive way. What do you want for yourself? What do you want for that day? What are you grateful for? You want to put your mind into a positive state. You want to think about your goals and what's driving you and what your purpose is. And I know that this all sounds really cliche until you do it. Until
Yeah.
you do it. And like Patrina said, if you're confused as to how to start, use an app. Or just go to YouTube and type
Oh,
in
yeah, totally.
meditation, whatever, and put it on. And I could tell you, I use the Peloton app sometimes. to because they have meditation. They have a million of them. It's 5 minute, 10 minute, 20 minute, 30 minutes
Yeah.
of all these different types. The Aura app, if you have an Aura ring or a
Mm.
Whoop strap, their apps have meditation programs in them, and that'll guide you. And then you get a feel for it, and you're like, oh, this is what it is. And then you can start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I love that. You don't have to do it by yourself. Use an app. I was going to mention really funny this morning. I accidentally picked a nighttime one.
Uh-oh.
So,
You're like,
but
ah,
it was still really good. It was about like healing and restoration, and I still felt really good. But it, guys, it's just about connecting with yourself and focusing on what is important. And as Tom mentioned, being less reactionary to your day. So put some thought into yourself and your day and how to be strategic. Well,
awesome.
Tom, I think we're way over time, but I could go on for
I'm
like
not surprised.
another
And
2 hours here.
I'll tell you, I'm going to make this even longer because I'm going
Yep.
to say anyone that's watching right now, if you come across this and you haven't actually subscribed, hit the subscribe button
Beautiful.
to this channel, this strategy hacks. You need to subscribe because Patrina's awesome, and I'm not just saying that because we're colleagues and friends. I'm probably the number one subscriber. I've learned so much from this woman, and I invite you guys to subscribe as
Yeah.
well.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have said that better. I'm going to definitely pull that out as a clip and post it everywhere. And then,
And it
all right.
wasn't planned. That came
Yeah.
from the heart. I
Yeah.
promise.
And one last thing, I have a newsletter to get you notified of new hacks as I produce them right to your inbox. So check that out. And thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. See you.